It's no secret that synergies are one of the most famous things in MCOC. So, I decided to show you 5 actually great synergy teams which feel like absolute cheat codes and have personally helped me choose a lot of content. Alright, so at number 1, we have the ultimate robot. You're gonna need Omega Sentinel, Bastion, Nimrod, and Sentinel on this team. For starters, this gives any robot champion a 25% KO discount. Basically, whenever a robot is KO'd, anytime you revive them and take them back into the fight, they'll regenerate 25% of their missing health over 10 seconds. The thing is, when you are doing difficult content and every potion matters, being able to bring a champion back with a chunk of health for free can save you a ridiculous amount of resources. Now let's talk about Omega Sentinel, cause it's kinda stupid what she does. Whenever she does not make contact with opponent special attack hits, she inflicts them with a passive shock with no stack limit. So against opponents with long specials that are easy to text, you can just keep stacking these throughout the fight. Her medium ender also drains 5% of the opponent's max power, while the non-damaging debuffs she applies last 2.5 seconds longer. And that's a big deal because those debuffs are a huge part of what makes Omega Sentinel work in the first place. Nimrod gets some ridiculous help too. He can inflict Incinerate instead of Shock against opponents who are shock immune, and his Eradicate protocol lasts 30% longer while the opponent is shocked. And Bastion's disintegration effects last 20% longer. So you basically have 4 robots who were already amazing before, and now you put this team together and now they have even more damage, utility and sustainability. Okay, so because we talked about these mutant killer robots, I think it's only fair we talk about the mutants right after. For this team, our champs will be Professor X, any of these 3 ladies, Blue Cyclops and White Magneto. Now this may seem very complicated at first, but it's actually very simple. First of all, this synergy gives all mutants and X-Men up to plus 100% special damage. Yes, you heard that right. And all mutants gain up to plus 60% prowess effect duration. All you need to do is win 3 fights with Professor X to reach this up to I mentioned. And then also your champions become super tanky, like Jean Grey. A percent of your health is used to protect you from 75% of any non-SP3 damage. And in case you actually reach KO in the fight even after using this up, don't worry because you will not die. And instead gain 30% of your health back. And please note that unless I'm missing something, this does not count as indestructible, so all those pesky anti-cheat death mechanics won't work on this for the most part. I just cannot describe how crazily clutch this synergy comes for me when fighting big bosses. I literally trolled my way around defeating Glycan in Act 8 with this team. And if you've watched this far, I'd love for you guys to subscribe for more videos like this. Now the first 2 teams were based on a single class, so now let me bring you a team of characters you never thought would have any synergies together. You need Spider-Man 2099, Iron Man OG and Venom on this team. For Iron Man, I think this is one of his best synergies ever. It gives him something his kit has always wanted, a very potent power drain on his heavy attack. And Venom gets downright unfair. All you have to do is throw a heavy attack to gain an aptitude buff. This gives the Furies on his SP2 flat 50% more potency. And any Spider-Man 2099 enjoyer must know the main thing with him is that he wants to inflict as many debuffs on the opponent as possible and pause them via dexterity. And these 2 guys give him exactly that. Venom gives him an extra poison debuff on his SP3 to do more burst via SP2, and Iron Man gives him a flat 25% chance whenever he does his second medium to trigger the same dexterity pause. And that's why I really love this team. You are not bringing 2 champions who just stand in the background while Spider-Man does everything. All 3 get better. Now let me bring you the ultimate Hydra synergy because we are gonna need Crossbones, Punisher 2099, Red Skull and Hitmonkey somehow. Now unlike others, this one is going to be mostly about one champion, Crossbones, and that's because he can handle everything alone. First, Punisher 2099 and Red Skull make Crossbones Fury buffs immune to Nullify and Stagger. So if you're fighting one of those annoying Mystic champions who spends the entire fight trying to steal your buffs, but the even more interesting part is the Contempt bonuses. Normally he gets them only against heroes, but this synergy makes them expand to anyone who's not a villain. I don't know about you, but that's actually perfect. Of the total 358 champions in this game, only 117 are villains. So 241 is the number of champions you can wreck with the 25% ability accuracy reduction from those Fury buffs. And for any of you intercept demons, Red Skull can heal block the opponent per intercept with no stack limit. And for Punisher 2099, the duration of all 3 of his most important debuffs is increased by 50%, which is just so useful for Punisher, particularly the armor break. And now finally we are gonna cover a synergy with one of the most criminally underrated champions in the game. We have Gladiator, Blue Cyclops and White Tiger. Now this gives Gladiator 3 extra confidence buffs, which are very important because these give plus 15% attack rating to him. And his main damage source, the SP2, gains plus 30% attack rating per hit. And when you throw his SP2 against the opponent's wall, you get a plus 50% Fury buff that's paused during specials. This makes Gladiator hit even harder, like an actual truck. Cyclops also gains a nice little counter attack whenever he would get hit the first time in the fight, and White Tiger gets a 50% chance for the power steal on her specials to avoid going on cooldown. That cooldown can be very annoying normally, so having a coin flip chance to ignore it is incredibly useful. So those are the 5 synergy teams that I genuinely think are worth trying, and I'm definitely not done with this idea. There are a ridiculous number of combinations in MCOC. If there is a team you think I missed, let me know in the comments. And if you want more MCOC videos like this, subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.